Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with an update on the current situation here in Spain. Day 110 of the current situation, and we're going to have a look at some of the things that have caught my attention over the last couple of days from a news point of view. Now, as you can see, I am in a spectacular location today. I'm in the province of Lugo in a place called Los Ancares or Los Ancares in Galician, and I'm here spending a couple of days in this region checking it out and enjoying the nature. And it is an absolutely fantastic part of Spain. As you can see behind me, one of the most remote places that I've been to, but great for that type of activity. If you like to get out and about, enjoy nature, this is one of the best places in Spain that I have seen. Now, firstly, a big thanks to all of the people that left comments on the last video. Lots of comments, lots of debate happening there. A big thanks to people that supported the channel through a small donation. Thanks to all of the people that bought merchandise, and thanks to my patrons on Patreon for your support. Now, let's have a look at some of the news that caught my attention over the last couple of days. Now, that controversial organization, the WHO, has praised Spain and Italy for the way they handled the situation during the pandemic. And we can see here that the WHO highlights that Italy and Spain controlled the epidemic with leadership and humility. The Secretary General warns countries that don't take a comprehensive approach to combating the virus face a long and difficult road. So the WHO praising Spain and Italy for the way that they handled the pandemic and the way that they are controlling the situation nowadays. And compared with other countries around the world, we must admit that Spain and Italy did do a fairly good job, because as we have seen, this is something that gets out of control very, very quickly. Now we'll have a quick look at the map of where there have been outbreaks over the last couple of days here in Spain. We can see that there are now more outbreaks than there were last week. So let's have a look at the map here and see. So now we have 2 in Galicia, various outbreaks in Andalusia, 2 in Extremadura, Murcia, of course. Balearic Islands now has a case. And of course, we can see there in the north of Spain as well, various outbreaks at different points, and the one in the Canary Islands, of course, that hasn't gone away yet. Now, I mentioned yesterday that there is a place in Spain that didn't have any current cases. However, that streak has now been broken, and Asturias has now reported its first case in, I think, a couple of weeks. We can see here that Asturias breaks its streak and Andalusia adds 13 outbreaks. The active COVID outbreaks in Spain. The new cases in Andalusia make it the region with the most active outbreaks to date. Only the community of Madrid, La Rioja and Asturias do not register any outbreaks in their territories. So remember that Madrid was one of the hardest hit areas in Spain, but as we can see, they haven't recorded any outbreaks over the last few days. So good news there for the Spanish capital. Now, of course, there's been a lot of talk about the countries that can visit Europe this year. We said that there were 15 countries that are allowed to visit, the United States, of course, not included, and Brazil not included either. But apparently that list is going to be revised every now and again, so things could change in the future depending on the health situation in those particular countries. And Spain is also negotiating with certain countries to allow its citizens to visit them. We can see here that Spaniards may travel to the countries vetoed by the EU and return, but the challenge will be to find a flight. Spain will negotiate the opening of its borders with 15 countries agreed by the EU, but will demand reciprocity from Morocco or China. So as we can see, the Spanish government keen to be able to allow its citizens to travel to certain countries as well. But as they said, how are you going to get a flight back from some countries? That's going to be the issue here, not only for Spaniards, but for other people around the world. Now, yesterday, the borders opened again with Portugal. The King of Spain was there at the ceremony. The President of Portugal was also there, the Prime Minister of Portugal, and it was a grand opening of the border. However, a bit of controversy as there were some people shouting Republican slogans. Remember that here in Spain there is quite an established Republican movement. Not a lot of people like the monarchy, and whenever the king is out in public, people take the opportunity to have a bit of a protest, and that happened yesterday. And of course, the ceremony saw all of the mandatories wearing masks, and apparently the King King of Spain said to his counterpart in Portugal, sorry, but we can't hug today because of the new rules and regulations about that separation of 1.5 meters between people, and of course no hugging, no kissing anymore for the time being here in Spain. Now the Health Ministry has also launched a campaign in order to keep people aware of the health situation, and they're telling people not to relax and not throw everything overboard. They launched this campaign on Wednesday on social networks to raise awareness among the population. So there we go, the government trying to keep people aware and not to lower their guard and not be too relaxed about the virus situation. You do get the impression that a lot of people are starting to ease up a little bit. A lot of people are starting to go out more, meeting with friends, meeting with family. And of course, the government feels that they need to remind people that the threat is still out there, so people need to remain vigilant. Now, Prime Minister Sanchez came out today and announced something that everybody was waiting for, and that is that he is going to increase taxes. The plan is to increase corporate tax, and there's also a possibility that the government will raise income tax for people here in Spain. The Prime Minister came out and announced tax increases and encouraged consumption to revive the economy. So no surprises there, taxes up, and we need to spend more because, as we know, it's all about spending, spending, spending in these economies. We earn money, we spend it, and then the government also wants to increase taxes, which obviously is one of the things that they think they can do to increase the economy here in Spain. And it's also coming to light just how bad the month of May was here in Spain, that we had no international visitors and zero spending. Spain recorded another dismal month for tourism in May. The crisis continues to take a toll on the tourist industry, which faces an increasingly uncertain future despite the reopening of borders. So the tourism industry in dire straits at the moment and hoping for a bit of a revival this month, but things still not looking good. Now let's have a look at some of the comments from the last video. First one here from Shoki. Hi, what about an American citizen who has a Spanish residence? Can he come back to Spain, even that the USA is banned? Yeah, hi Shoki, thanks for the comment. Not sure about your particular situation. I think if you are a resident in this country, meaning that you have a Spanish residency, if you're a citizen or you have taken out that residency and you have your NEI number and your little card, your residency card, you shouldn't have a problem coming into the country. If you have a residence here, meaning a house, but you're not a resident, I don't think you will be allowed to come into the country from the USA. And I think that's going to be one of the main problems. Just by having a house here or some other type of residence, I don't think you can come in. But if you are a resident, yes, you should be able to come into the country with no problems, providing you can get a flight. One here from Carol. I look forward to your videos, so insightful and helpful since I live in Spain and my Spanish is a low level after 7 months. Yeah, hi Carol, thanks for the comment and glad to be of assistance. This is one of the reasons I do these videos, is to help people that live in Spain that perhaps don't have the language skills yet, understand what's going on, keep up with the news, and try to plan their daily lives around some of the things that are happening, especially when it comes to the rules and regulations, which have been very difficult to understand. And regarding your Spanish, keep at it. 7 months is not a long time to learn a language, but you should be able to pick up some of the basics by now, and the rest will come. But keep on studying, don't pack it in, and you will see your language skills improve in the Spanish language. One here from Catherine. Hi Stuart, another great video. What's the situation on the beaches of Costa del Sol? Are numbers rationed? Are the chiringuitos operating? Hope to come over to our house in September. Fingers crossed. Yeah, hi Catherine, thanks for the comment. As far as I know, beaches in that part of the world are open. I think there are limitations and people are a little bit restricted. I heard some reports about people getting to the beach a bit too late and the police were closing them. And the government in Andalusia has also hired people this year to watch over the beaches. I think they call them the beach watchmen or beach watch people, and they're down there making sure that everything is under control. However, I know there's lots of people on the Costa del Sol watching these videos, so let us know in the comment section about the chiringuitos. I suppose that they are open, but of course there will be some limitations about how many people can go into them. There's going to be separation between tables and reduced amounts of people in these places this summer, I imagine, but I suppose that they are open. But let us know anyway in the comment section below exactly what's happening with the chiringuitos. One here from Joanne. Thank you, Stuart. You're doing a brilliant job keeping us all informed. Just reading all the comments will do my head in. I've rescheduled my trip to Spain from Queensland, Australia from September to April next year. No idea when international travel will be allowed. Take care, keep up the good work. Yeah, thanks for the comment, Joanne. You're right, reading the comments does do my head in a little bit, especially when I read some things over and over and over again that I don't particularly agree with. People seem to have this idea and they seem to push it hard. But I try to keep away from that type of stuff and not fall into the trap of believing what some people are saying. And you're right, it's going to be a bit difficult to travel from Australia to Spain this year. Hopefully next year, by April, things will be back up and running again. Fingers crossed for that, and hopefully you'll be able to come here and enjoy a holiday next year. One here from Travis, thanks for all the videos. My girlfriend and I watch them daily because we had a flight booked for a month that leaves tomorrow for Madrid. Since neither of us have residency yet, I'll let you know if we make it in. There are exceptions to the EU decree, and we fall into those categories. Highly skilled workers who must perform work in person, and my girlfriend is coming to get her TEFL certificate. Wish us luck. Yeah, thanks Travis, and good luck. If there are exceptions for people to come in, I'm presuming there are if you say so, and if there are certain circumstances for skilled workers that need to come here, and also of course if your girlfriend's planning to do a TEFL certificate, you might be allowed into the country. I'm not 100% sure on how it works, but hopefully there are exceptions, and as I said, good luck. One here from Jack. Hi guys, flew into Barajas on a flight from Amsterdam. Originally I'd flown from Malaysia. I did have to fill out the form given to me on the plane, but no temperature check or any kind of health revision at the airport, which didn't bother me at all. I'm a Spanish resident, but didn't get asked that either. Only presented my passports at customs. Cheers. Yeah, hi Jack, and thanks for the information. Yeah, not really sure what's happening with those checks. I thought they were obligatory, but obviously not. You had to fill in that form on the plane. No temperature check at the airport, no other controls. Seems a bit strange because the government has been pushing that idea forward, telling everybody that that's what's going to happen, but maybe they're just saying that, and from what I read in your comment there, that seems to be the case. But I have heard other people that have had the check, they have had their temperature taken, they have had that visual check, so it seems to depend on which plane you come in on, how many people come in on the plane, and maybe they just don't have the resources to check everybody, which seems to be the case. On that note, I'll wrap the video up. Questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. Give the video a thumbs up. I'll leave you here with this fantastic view of Los Ancares here in Lugo, Galicia. Fantastic place, and if you're ever in this part of the world, you must visit this region, especially if you want to be on your own and enjoy nature. A fantastic part of the world. See you in the next video. Hasta luego.